Akadosh Bokeror Bekiim Bahalacha. This is going to be Bekiim Bahalacha 5, which is Yilcho Ben HaMetzarim. We're not going to be speaking about Siman 551, Tafkuf Nun Aleph. We're talking about now weddings during Ben HaMetzarim and Kle Negina. Yesh Noagim. Some people have a minhag shelo laroch nisuim klal miyom yudzayin betamuz Tisha B'Av. From the 17th of Tammuz until Tisha B'Av. Shem yemim Ben HaMetzarim. V'chen ha-minhag b'midinot Ashkenaz. That is the minhag of the Ashkenazim. Yeah? Uminhag, we did the preface. ומנהג הספרדים בדקות שואלים תבינים ותגלים להתיר נישואין עד ראש חודש אב, והמחמיר בזה יוצא שכרו בהפסדו, ושומע לנו ישכון בטח. That is the חזון עובדיה. So basically you're allowed to get married until ראש חודש אב. That is the מנהג הספרדים. Right? ומראש חודש, מנהג הספרדים. Yeah? ומראש חודש אב until תשעה באב, אסור לערוך נישואין. ראש חודש עצמו מכלל איסור. You're not allowed to do it even on ראש חודש itself. ומכל מקום nevertheless, if it's a בחור that he didn't do פריה ורבייה, it's going to be mutar meikar adin also to get married. But the minhag is not to do so because it's not a good siman. She'en siman tov b'davar laroch nisuim me'evel am yisrael chubaram bet hamikdash. It's not good to start doing it during the yemei avelut. So he says Rosh Chodesh and onwards is mamash much more powerful avelut than from Shiva Sabet Tammuz. So therefore, do not do it during that time. Okay, halacha kaftet mutar lasot erusin. You're allowed to. That means beforehand we were talking about nisuin. Now we're talking about erusin. מותר לעשות אירוסין after ראש חודש אב, ואפילו בתשעה באב בעצמו, בין ביום ובין בלילה, שמקדמנו אחר, והיינו בחוץ לארץ שנוהגים לעשות קידושים אף שלא בשעת חופה, שמותר יהיה לקדש בימים אלו בלי סעודה. So they could do קידושים without הסעודה, ויש מתירים בזה למי שלא קיים פריה ורבייה, גם בסעודה. Some people even pray, וטוב להחמיר. He says, no, it's better to be מחמיר. ומיני מתיקה מותר בוודאי, he says, you just put sweets. That's not a סעודה. I mean, don't put a meal. Right? But if it's going to be sweet. Yeah? Exactly. Exactly, sweet table. Fine. That is going to be 74. He says it's obvious it's permissible to serve treats and snacks. But he says just like you're allowed to do the kiddushin in the same way. Matter. Fine. What about now? Tnaim. ואם עושים תנאים על ידי קניין בלבד בלי קידושין, וכמנהג ארץ ישראל שמקדשים לבשעת החופה, נכון להימנע מסעודה. Our minhag is also that we're only מקדשים בשעת הסעודה. But fine, he says over here, so it's better not to do a seudah also by the Tanaim. Remember the Tanaim, Ashkenazim come and they make Tanaim. We don't do the Tanaim. The Tanaim is basically conditions that they come and they make before the wedding. So, we don't do that. Some Ashkenazim, they do it nowadays, mamash right before the wedding, like in actual wedding itself, right? But some of them, they do it before, right? Some do it during the Irusin, some people do it differently, fine. Achenu Ashkenazim, noagin la'achmir shelo la'asot nisuin, halacha lamed. They don't get married from Shiva Sabet Tammuz until Tisha B'Av. He says, but technically speaking, they also have water line if they wanted to do it afterwards. Right? That means if they wanted to do it until Rosh Chodesh Av, גם אשכנזים יכולים להקל באמת אם הם רוצים. וכן בחור אשכנזי שלא קיים פריה ורבייה שהוא צריך לעשות נישואין שלו בליל 17 בתמוז, וזה מחלוקת בדורנו, סבי בצי אסור, סבי בצי מותר, המקל זה במקום הצורך, יש לו מה לסמוך. You have what to rely on if you actually wanted to do it. So again, here you have it. That's why, by the way, I don't know if you saw it, there was a machloket between the Sfaradim and Ashkenazim this year. Okay, now Baruch Hashem, the Nigmar, but if it was continuing, it was machloket. The Ashkenazi chief rabbi came and he said, of Kalman Bar, he said, no, Ashkenazim cannot get married even during the time of Milchama, during the Shiva, during the 3 weeks, right? But the Sfaradi Rabbanim Rashim, they said yes. So again, you have the two different shittot, huh? No, anyway, each one with their shittat. Ashkenazim, Sfaradim. Exactly. Yeah. לכל הדעות, מותר להחזיק גרושתו. Yeah. מן הנישואים בכל ימי הבין המצרים. עד יום הזה, כי אין שם שמחה כל כך. אין שם שמחה כל כך. Yeah. למד בית. Yeah. למד בית. Fine. Meaning people don't do the same mistake twice. Okay. למד בית. Right? בנישואים. Right? בנישואים הנערכים בימי בין המצרים. החתן רשאי לברך שהחיינו על טלית חדש בשעת החופה וכפי המנהג. כולל לכוון הלכה ק"ד. הדין בתספורת בתוך 7 ימים משתה, Shechal v'shvul shechol b'tisha b'av. Is he allowed to take a haircut or not? Okay, with a special halachot to do with the chatan. But for sure, he's allowed to make shechianu on the talit. Because we already said that this is considered a mitzvah veret. We learned this already. Right? Lamed Gimel. What? About we said about a brit that he's also allowed to come and make a birkat shechianu. We'll see in halacha kuf daled. We're in halacha lamed bet.
A special food you can put in next to him.
That's what we said. We learned that, and we said yes. Mutar lamed gimel. Mutar להשמיע kli shir ותזמורת בחופה שנערכה אחר י"ז בתמוז עד ראש חודש אב. You're allowed to come and do kli shir ותזמורת in a chuppah that was done until Rosh Chodesh Av. לפי שאין שמחת חתן וכלה בלא kli shir, because you always are allowed to put kli shir. והוא הדין שמותר להשמיע kli shir ותזמורת כל שבעת המשתה, also during the שבע ימי המשתה, also during the שבע ברכות. רשאים גם האשכנזים להשתתף בשמחת נישואי חתן וכלה ספרדים. That means Ashkenazim could come to a Sephardi wedding, right? And they could actually play a part in the Rikudim, Mecholot, and everything as well. 1 second. Yes. Yes. Afterwards. Yeah, he comes and he says, בחור שלא קיים פריה ורבייה, יש לו צורך לישא אישה בליל מוצא תשעה באב, מותר לו לערוך לו נישואין, כיוון שנישואין של מצווה. The same halacha, until now we were talking about beforehand. So we already brought down the difference between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. That is, for Ashkenazim, they don't do it during the 3 weeks. Sfaradim, they do it until Rosh Chodesh Av. But we said Rosh Chodesh Av itself, you don't do it. Unless mamash yesh tzorich badavar, and it's going to be, hu lo kiyem pirei v'yavya v'chulu v'chulu v'chulu. Here you're talking about now, Motzei Tisha B'Av. So Motzei Tisha B'Av, he's allowed to do a nisuin. He says, why? Because since it's nisuin, it's going to be a mitzvah. So therefore, and he still didn't do pirei v'yavya, so therefore it's going to be permitted. Okay, again, this is, it's very interesting. In the English, no, he does say it. So that's why it's going to be permitted in such a case.